Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about whose forests from Environmental Studies CBSE syllabus class 5. Children, look at the picture. She's the daughter of the jungle. And where do you think these children are off to with the little bundles on their sticks? When you find out, you too would want to go with them. Yes, the children are going to the forest. They There they jump, run, climb trees, and singing songs in their language called Kuduk. They picked the fallen flowers and leaves to weave them into a necklace. They enjoyed the wild fruits. They looked for birds whose calls they imitate. Joining them in all this fun is their favorite Didi, Suryamani. Every Sunday, Suryamani takes the children to the forest. As they move around, she shows them how to recognize the trees, the plants, and animals. Children enjoy this special class in a forest. Suryamani always says to learn to read, the forest is an important reading books. She says that we are the forest people, Adivasis. Our lives are linked to the forest. If the forests are not there, we too will not remain. Suryamani's story is a true story, and we can call it as Girl Star. Girl Star is a project which tells extraordinary tales of ordinary girls who have changed their lives by going to school. Growing up, Suryamani loves the forest since she was a child. She would not take the direct road to school but would choose the path through the forest. Suryamani's father had a small field. Her father used to collect leaves and herbs from the forest and sell this in the bazaar. Her mother would weave basket and from bamboo or make leaf plates out of the fallen leaves. But now no one can pick up a single leaf from the forest. This is since from Shambhu, the contractor, came here. The people of Suryamani's village were afraid to the contractor. Everyone accepted Budhiyamai. She would say, "We, the people of this forest, have a right over it. We look after our forest. We could not cut the trees like these contractors do. The forest is like our collective bank, not our mine alone. We take from it only as such as we need. We don't use up all our wealth." Suryamani's father could no longer support the family on the small land. He moved to the town in search of work, but things did not improve. Sometimes there would be no food in the house. At times, Manya Chacha means uncle would send some grains from his small shop to Suryamani's house. Chacha tried hard and got admission for Suryamani in the school in Bishanspur. Here, they would not have to pay for the fees, uniforms, and books. Suryamani would have to stay there and study. Suryamani did not want to leave her village and forest, but Manya Chacha was firm. "If you do not study, what will you do? Go hungry." Suryamani would argue, "Why would I so hungry? The jungle is there to help." Chacha tried to explain, "But we are being moved away from our forest. Even the forests are disappearing. In their places, mines are being dug, dams are being built. Believe me, it is important for you to study to understand about the laws. Maybe then you can help to save the forest." Suryamani listened and tried to understand some of what he said. Forest conservation, as the name suggested, in the preservation and protection of the forest, it also involves the reversal of deforestation and environmental pollution. The preservation of all natural resources is absolutely essential for the balance of an ecosystem. Now, children, coming to the lesson, let us discuss the journey of Suryamani. Suryamani was filled with joy on seeing with the school at Bishanspur. The school was near to thick forest. Suryamani studied hard and passed her BA after getting a scholarship. She was the first girl in the village to do this. While she was in college, she met Vasavi Didi, a journalist. Suryamani soon joined her to work for the Jharkhand Jungle Bachao means the movement to save the forest of Jharkhand. This work took Suryamani to far off towns and cities. Her father did not like this, but Suryamani continued her work. Not only that, she also started to fight for the rights of the village peoples. Her childhood friend Bijoy helped her in this work. Suryamani had another friend Mirchi who stayed with her day and night. Suryamani would share all her thoughts and dreams with Mirchi, and Mirchi could listen and say Kiki means a parrot. Suryamani had a dream for the Kurdak community. She wanted all her people to feel proud of being Adivasis. Suryamani was 21 when she opened a center with the help of Vasavi Didi and others. She called it Thorang, which means the jungle in the Kudak language. Suryamani wanted that on festival people should sing their own songs. They should not forget their music and should enjoy wearing their traditional clothes. Children also learn about herbs, medicines, and the art of making things from bamboo. Children should learn the language of school but must link with their own language. This happens in Torang Center. Many special books about the Kuduk community and the other Adivasis have been collected. Flutes and different types of drums are also kept there. Whenever sometimes it is an unfair or someone is afraid and this land and livelihood would be taken away, they turn to Suryamani. Suryamani fights for everyone's right. Suryamani and the Bijoy have got married and worked together. Today, their work is prized by many people. She is invented even to other countries to share her experience. People for here areas are also raising their voice for a new forest law. Children, list out four major can be taken to preserve the forest. Here, overgrazing by animals in the forest should be stopped, and all the activities leading to soil erosion should be stopped. While constructing dams, roads, and mining, all ecological factors must be stopped. A large scale cutting of forest trees must be stopped. Forest must be protected from insects and pests by controlling over forest fires, regulated the planned cutting of trees and planting more trees. Soil erosion has to be stopped. These are some of the precautions we can take to preserve the forest. Let us discuss why it is important of conservation of forest. Children, importance of forest cannot be underestimated. We depend on forest for our survival, from air we breathe to the wood we use. Besides providing habitats for animals and livelihoods for humans, forests also offer water harvest protections, prevent soil erosion, and gate climate change. Children, let us discuss some of the common and natural resources, like not only forest, oil, coal, natural gas, metals, stones, sand. These are some of the natural sources, children. Other natural resources are air, sunlight, soil, and water. Animals, birds, fishes, and plants are also natural resources as well. Natural resources are to be used to make food, fuel, and raw material for the production of goods. Then let us discuss some of the common resource. Assist resources are nothing but a natural resource including forest and pastures, fishing, oil and gas fields, national parks, grazing lands, irrigation systems which are characterized by difficulty of excluding people from using them. Children, now let us discuss some of the advantages and disadvantages of these multi-purpose projects. Children, let us discuss about multi-purpose projects like constructing dams, roads, for factories, etc. First of all, we can discuss about the advantages. It can control the floods, it provides irrigation facilities and navigation, and it generates electricity. It also promotes inland irrigation, fishing, and afforestation, and human consumption. It provides power generation, as already we discussed. Now let us discuss some of the disadvantages of these multi-purpose projects. It includes earthquakes and population get displaced, aquatic life gets affected, flow of underwater is also checked, river water gets diverted, extensive forest submerged under the water. Now, children, let us discuss the right to Forest Act. People who have been living in the forest for at least 25 years have a right over the forest land and what is grown on it. They should not be removed from their forest. The work of protecting the forest should be done by the Grama Sabha. A forest is everything for Adivasis. We cannot live away from the forest even for a day. Government has started many projects in the name of development like dams and factories and are being built. The forests, which are houses, are being taken away from us. Because of these projects, we need to think where the forest people will go and what will happen to their livelihood. What will the lakhs of animals living in the forest where to go if there are no forest and we dig out our lands for minerals like aluminium? What will be left? Only polluted air, water, and miles of barren land. Children, let us discuss what do you think the forest belongs to. The forest belongs to everyone who can make use of forest products in a sustainable manner without disturbing the ecosystem. The belongings to local villagers, government officials, etc. Forests are great sources of wood, medicinal herbs, fresh air, etc. Yes, there is a person in my neighborhood who runs an NGO. His NGO works for protection of forest. Now let us see how this NGO protects the environment. Children, NGOs create an awareness among the public people on current environmental issues and solutions. They are also protecting the natural resources and entrusting the equitable uses of resource. They help the villagers, administrative officers in preparation, application and execution of projects on environmental protection. According to the recent report entitled Shared Goals Through Sport, the main shared goals between the private sector and NGOs in the sport and development are contributing to a peaceful, well governed, and secure societies and stable operating environments, encouraging healthy, active populations, and reducing the rate of diseases, strengthening the local communities, sharing values that underpin economically and socially successfully societies, empowering marginalized groups and reducing inequality. Children, now let us discuss the importance of forest. Forests cover a significant area of the earth, and we can say they are the great natural asset to any region and hold immense value. For instance, forests fulfill all our needs like timber, fuel, fodder, bamboos, and more. They also give us a variety of products that hold a great commercial as well as industrial value. Children, forests cover one third of Earth's surface and contains an estimated 3 trillion trees. Forests exist in a dry, wet, bitterly cold, and splitteringly hot climates. These are different types of forests. All have special characteristics that allow them to thrive in their particular climate. Broadly speaking, there are three major types of forest that are separated according to the distance from an equator. And let us discuss about these three types of forest. Now let us discuss about tropical forest. A tropical rainforest grows around the equator in South America, Africa, and Southeast Asia. They have the highest species diversity per area in the world, containing millions of different species, even though they cover only a small part of the earth. They house at least one half of all species. The temperature is stable year around and around 27 degrees centigrade. As you can tell from the name, it rains a lot in this forest. Most tropical forests receive at least 200 centimeters of rain in a year. The tropical forests generally have a rainy and dry season. Children, the high temperature, abundant rainfalls together with 12 hours of light a day promotes the growth of many different species from 1 square kilometer. Can have up to 100 different tree species. Broadleaf trees, mosses, ferns, plums, orchids all thrive in a rainforest. The trees grow very densely together and the branches or leaves block most of the light from penetrating to the understory. Many animals adapted to live in trees such as monkeys, snakes, frogs, lizards and small mammals are found in this forest. And the soil can be several meters depth, but due to nutrient reaching, it lacks most of the essential nutrients for plant growth. The thin topsoil layer contains all the nutrients from the decaying plants and animals, and this is thin layer sustain the many plant species in the forest. One might think that the soil would be very rich because it supports so much of life, but when tropical forests are clear cut, the soil is useless for agricultural after only a few years when the topsoil becomes depleted. Children, now let us discuss about temperate forest. The temperate forest occurs in the next latitude ring in North America, Northeastern Asia, and Europe. There are 4 well defined seasons in this zone, including winter. The temperature ranges from 32 degrees, and the forest receive 75 to 150 centimeters of precipitation per year. Deciduous or leaf shedding trees make up a large proportion of the tree's composition in addition to some coniferous trees such as pines and firs. The decaying fallen leaves and moderate temperatures combine to create fertile soil. On average, there are 3 to 4 tree species per square kilometer. Common trees in this forest are species like oak, beech, maple, elm, birch, willow, and hickory trees. Common animals like that live in this forest are squirrels, rabbits, birds, deer, wolves, foxes, and bear. They are adapted to both cold winters and warm summer weather. The temperate evergreen coniferous forests are found in the northwestern Americas, South Japan, New Zealand, southwestern Europe. These forests are also called temperate rainforest because of the large amount of rainfall they see. The temperature stays pretty constant throughout the year with a lot of precipitation from 130 to 500 centimeters. All this rain creates a moist climate along growing season, which results in a very large trees. Evergreen conifers dominate this forest. The common species are like cedar, cypress, pine, spruce, redwood, and fir. There are still some deciduous trees such as maples and many mosses and ferns, resulting in the Jurassic looking forest. The common animals are roaming the woods are deer, elk, bears, or owls, and marmots. Now let us discuss about another type of forest we can call as boreal forest. The boreal forest are also called as taiga, are found between 50 to 60 degrees of latitude in the subarctic zone. The area contains Siberian, Alaska, and Canada. Trees are coniferous and evergreen. There are two seasons: hot, moist, mildly warm summer, and a long, cold, dry. There are two The temperature ranges from minus 40 to 20 degrees centigrade. Precipitation is usually delivered as a snow because it is so cold, and 40 to 100 centimeters or inches in each year. The ground is compressed of very thin layer of nutrient is poor and acidic in soil. The canopy lets very little light through, so there is usually little growing in the understory. Evergreen coniferous plants looks with the needle-like leaves and that can be stand the cold like pines, fir, and spruce trees live here. Animals that live in this forest with stand a long periods of cold temperature and usually have a thick fur on their body and other insulation. Among them are uh, examples of these animals in this forest are bears, wolf, deers, uh, bats, some small mammals, and birds. The world's forests are incredibly diverse and act as a carbon sink. They should be protected for their beauty and functionality. Yes, due to this factor, a very big park have been destroyed. About 100 trees have been cut. As a result, the people living in that nearby area got announced and they are raised this issue in front of the president of that area. Deforestation is the permanent removal of trees to make room for something like besides forest. This can be included clearing the land, agriculture, or for grazing, or for using the timber for fuel or constructing for manufacturing, etc. Forests over cover more than 30% of the land surface according to the World Wild Fund. Children, now let us discuss how this deforestation affects the forest land. The deforestation refers to the decrease in the forest area across the world that there are lot lost for other uses such as agricultural croplands, urbanization, mining activities, greatly accelerated by human activities. Since from 1960, deforestation has been negatively affected natural ecosystem, biodiversity, and climate. Now, children, let us discuss some tips to save our forest. Children, you can contribute to the efforts against the deforestation by doing easy steps like plant a tree where you can, and go a paperless at home and in the office. Buy a recycle products and recycle them again. Buy a certified wood products that read the labels and look for the forest stewardship council means FSE mark and support the products companies that are committed by reducing deforestation. It's all about the business. If you don't want to buy, they will be encouraged to improve their practices. Raise awareness in your circle and in your community, but not only what you will use. Don't use plum oil or products with plum oil. Every product that is made out of our trees is recyclable. Practice recycling diligently. Children, your power as a consumer is vital to stop deforestation. Just like any business, if there is no demand, then the supply will be less. Fortunately, there are environmentally and forest friendly businesses that are helping to stop deforestation. They need your support, so let us encourage their efforts by patronizing their products. Children, now let us discuss about lottery for farming in Mizoram. Children, you read about a forest of Jharkhand in a Suryamani story. Now you read about the forest on the hills of Mizoram. See how people live here and how their farming is done. Ding ding ding. As soon as the school bell rings, Dingema picked their bags and hurried home. On the way, they stopped to drink water from the stream in a cup made with bamboo, which was kept there. Today, not only the children, even Saima's sir was in hungry to get back. Today, there would be a special meeting of the village council Panchayati. At that meeting, there would be a lottery to decide which family will get how much land for farming. The land belongs to whole village, not to separate people, so they take turns to do farming on different parts of the land. A beautiful pot made of bamboo stick was shaken well. On chitti was taken out. Simasar family got the first chance. He said that I am happy that my family get to choose first, but this year we cannot take more land. Last year I had taken more and was not able to farm it well. After my sister Chiri got married and went away, it is difficult me to manage farming alone. Simon sir asked 3 tin for land. Little means little. Methini asked, "What is 3 tin of land?" Then Chamui explained, "The land on which we grow 1 tin of seeds is called 1 tin of land." One by one, the village families got their piece of land for farming. Children, now let us discuss about zoom farming. Zoom farming is very interesting. After cutting one crop, the land is left as it is for some years. Nothing is grown there. The bamboo or weeds which grow on the land are not polluted. They are cut and burnt. The ash makes and the land fertile, while burning care is taken so that the fire does not spread to the other parts of the forest. When the land is ready for farming, it is slightly dry up, not plugged. Seeds are dropped on it. In one farm, different types of crops like maize, vegetables, chilies, rice can be grown. Weeds and other unwanted plants are also not plugged out. They are just cut so that they get mixed up with the soil. This is also helps in making the soil fertile. If some families is not able to do farming on that time, the others help them and they are given food. The main crop here is rice. After it is cut, it is difficult to take it home. There are no roads, no hill paths. The people have to carry the crop on their backs. This takes many weeks. When the work is over, the entire village celebrates. People get together to cook and eat, singing and dancing. They do this for their special Chivra dance. In this dance, people sit in pairs in front of each other, holding bamboo sticks on the ground. As the drum beats, the bamboo sticks are beaten to the ground. The dancers step in and out of the bamboo sticks and the dance to the beat. Find out more about Chirau dance. Do it in your classroom, children, but be careful and don't hurt yourself. About the three-fourth people in Mysorium are linked to the forest. Life is difficult, but almost all children go to the school. You can see some of them are here playfully blowing their leaf whistling, and you too have made many such whistlings, you haven't you? Zoom farming. The word zoom means refers to shifting or slash or burn cultivation. It is one of the oldest practices of agricultural system. Slash and burn agriculture are also called fire fallow cultivation. Is a farming method that involves the cutting and burning of plants in a forest or woodland to create a field called as swidden. In Bangladesh and India, the practices is known as zoom farming. Now let us see where this zoom farming is done. Zoom cultivation is a local name of slash and burn agriculture practiced by the tribal groups in the northeastern states of India. Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Mysorium, Nagaland, and also the districts of Bangladesh like Kagarchari, etc. In this system, a bit of forest land is cleared by cutting trees, uh, shrubs, bushes. During May and June, the entire field is set on fire, allowed to dry trees, shrubs, and bushes to burn, and the land is plugged immediately after the first shower. It is believed that doing so improving the soil quality. Grains are sown before the arrival of monsoon. All sort of indigenous seeds, including cereals, pulses, vegetables, and oil seeds, are just broadcasted and harvested periodically, one by one crop. Once a patch of land is cultivated, they move to another piece of land in the next year, and the cycle is continuous. Let us see where these places of farming is found. It is known as farming is in northeastern in India, Podu in Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and some southern Indian states. This farming of agricultural is practiced by tribals, and it is one of the controversial farming system because of opinions about its impact on the environment. Children, finally I conclude with that forests are an essential part of our life, and they keep our environmental neat and clean by absorbing most of the harmful gases and releasing oxygen. We also get many fruits, vegetables, medicines from these forests. Besides, many people living in the forest obtain their livelihood from it. So conserve forest and avoid deforestation and promote awareness for afforestation. Thank you.